open knee board is up. Just adjust my seating position here. Lock in my chair. All right. Oh yeah, I'm doing a cold and dark. I'm gonna need my controller here because using the mouse is just not awesome for this kind of stuff. I'm gonna bring the chat back up in a second. I just need to start up the aeroplane. All right. So remove the engine cover, remove this guy now. This is new. Pitot heat cover. And that, and we're good. All right, once I start up this fucker, we can get the chat back up. Just turn that all the way up. All right, and then this guy. All right, that's working. Just leave the mouse right there. Actually, let's, there we go. So this is a new livery, and it seems there's a couple of new liveries for this R66. I like it. I like them both. Although, for some reason, I don't have any identification numbers. Alright, so I'm testing Open Kneeboard, Discord, and playing music in the background, and no overclocking, because it seems the sim sometimes doesn't get bothered by the overclock, but mostly I'm getting some crashes, so I'm just turning that shit off completely now. and it really doesn't really affect my performance at all. So we're good. Just as long as we don't start crashing, it'll be fine. Getting a little bit of jitter, not stuttering so much, but like a little jitter here and there, but it's not bad. And I suspect that's just because a lot of stuff is being streamed in right now since we just took off. But we won't know for sure until, you know, we fly around for a little bit. And it could also be the area. This area tends to can be a little stuttery here and there, but generally speaking, I don't get many stutters at all anymore. It's all pretty smooth. And I don't have a frame counter up. I'm just kind of feeling my way through it right now. But if I start getting a lot of stutters, I'll put the frame counter up and see if my VRAM is doing okay and all that. But so far, so good. Getting a lot of crosswind. Yeah, it's very smooth now. Just give her a little juice. Yeah, so I flew around for about an hour a little while ago, and it was fine, but I only had music in the background, so I'm testing everything now. I'm streaming, open kneeboard, music, and Discord. So my Discord is up, and I'm not streaming on there, but I've got my voice channel up. I don't know if somebody might pop in, but who knows? Yeah, I used to have an issue with streaming this and losing a lot of quality because of the uh, all the streaming data, and so I stopped it for a while. But now it doesn't seem to affect it that much, if any at all. Like as far as performance is concerned, everything is running great, looks good. I'm not having problems loading or anything like that. It seems to be running fine with the beta. So I'm not tripping. Going about 100 knots at about 1,500 feet. so smooth right now. It's so good. I just want to check. Yeah, everything's running. Feel free to type in the chat. I can see it in my headset, so that's what Open Kneeboard does for me. And it does other things, like you can open up windows in your VR headset. I think there's a way you can actually watch full motion videos inside those windows if you get the paid version, perhaps. I don't know. This is completely free and works with DirectX 12 now, so that's good. Because it didn't used to, and it really bugged me. Because I could stream and see YouTube chat with Assetto Corsa, but not with this game, because Assetto Corsa was DirectX 11 in VR, and this is not. And DirectX 12 is my preferred API. DirectX 11 in Windows with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 was not as good as DirectX 12 for me. Don't come after me. I know a lot of you people love DirectX 11 and shit, but DirectX 12 had better colors, sharper images, better performance for me, probably because I have a 40 series card, and those 30 series cards, you know, it was probably better with DirectX 11, or even 20 series cards. Yeah, but it's running really well now. Hopefully it keeps running well. I don't crash. Everything looks great. And everything is just chilling. Yeah, I like the little yellow mustard and navy blue. I dig it. Alright, still maintaining about 100 knots, a little less. And a little higher now, it's 1,700 feet. And we're rocking the 80s in the headset. Let's do a little low altitude here. Let's see if we can fly through Golden Gate. I don't know if that road goes all the way through or if we're going to get hit by that big block of photogrammetry in the middle, but let's find out. Don't mind me, motorists. Oh, wee, super smooth. No stuttering. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Should be going this way. Yeah, I think it goes right through if you didn't take the wrong turn. Or no, it won't. Look at that. It'll lock you in. I'm glad I took that turn because I would have ran right into the photogrammetry. Alright, let's head to the Presidio. I wanted to see if I can find something, if it's even modeled at all or the photogrammetry picked it up. Probably not, but it's pretty small what I'm going to be looking for, but I know it's there in real life. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's start descending here. So that's the Palace of Fine Arts right there. And this is the Lucasfilm's headquarters. And I will be looking for one little tiny statue that is in here, but I don't know. Again, it's a pretty small statue, and I doubt it's actually been modeled, but it might be. And maybe, like I said, photogrammetry might have picked it up, maybe. But again, it's so small that it might not be a thing in here. And this is why helicopters rock. You can get right up in there. To be human after all. Alright. Nope. Doesn't look like it's been modeled. Or photogrammetry didn't get it. But it should be right in there. Pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but it should be either right here. Oh, you know what? It's probably that thing right there. But I can't land. I could land, but it's going to be... I don't think I have enough space. But that right there, that little stump, is supposed to be a Yoda statue. But, yeah. It's just too small. And, it would have been a nice Easter egg, though, if, you know, they handcrafted a little one. But I guess it is copyrighted, trademarked kind of property. They would have to go through a few hoops to get it in the game. Unless it was actually, you know, part of the photogrammetry, in which case, you know. But no big deal. There must be something about you, baby. Nobody around today. Very few people. Seen a couple people flying around earlier, but doesn't look like there's anybody flying around here today right now. Whatever. I do miss the Bay Area. I did enjoy a lot of it, but yeah, it's definitely got some problems for sure. But you know, what city doesn't? But you know, the drugs and the homeless are and I like drugs, but the drugs and the homeless are just it's gotten way out of control. It's sad too because it's such a beautiful city. Like the bay is gorgeous, the weather is great for the most part, and you know, some great people I've met there, and blah blah, blah 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 blah. And I'm sure some Trumper out there will be like yelling at the screen if they see this video going, yeah, because it's a fucking blue city, it's a fucking mess, blah blah blah. Because they can't help but chime in on any subject without airing out their political fucking bullshit. Which is, it's some bullshit, is what it is. But whatever. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Trump. Big fucking news. A lot of people aren't. A lot. And for good reason. But let's move on quickly. Yeah, performance has been really good so far. Outside of that little jitteriness in the beginning, yeah, nothing really to complain about right now. I wish I could turn down that, whatchamacallit, the brightness of the, of my navigation, but whatever. I don't even use it. It's just too small, and it's always hidden behind the yoke, or whatever this thing is called, joystick. It's not a joystick, right? It's or a flight stick. It's whatever you call this type of controller. Yeah, look at this. Super smooth. No fucking problem whatsoever. Just wow. No stutters, no weirdness, just smooth fucking flight. Consistency is key in this simulator, especially if you're using motion reprojection, which I am. You want a consistent frame rate. You don't want it to drop below your target. Yeah, there's Skydiver Chuck. And a 172 at 500. All right, he's flying. He's not just sitting there. There's a lot of people on Xboxes and stuff that just turn off their Xbox and their tags are just sitting here in limbo. You're one of my cats. Alright, let's fly back to Half Moon Bay. Or where do I want to fly to right now? Yeah, we can, let's go to Oakland. Just 'cause. It's getting dark pretty quick. Yeah, it's real smooth right now. And I've been changing altitude, you know, flying around. Now, I can't do very many aggressive maneuvers with this helicopter just because it's just not really built for that kind of stuff, but still can do, you know, you can still have fun with it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there is no minimum altitude. Yeah, great lighting, great performance so far. Oh, a little stutter right there. But just a little one. I am entering Oakland Airport's airspace, so downtown Oakland. And whatchamacallit, friggin' Lake Mead. Do a little landing on that little island over there. If we can slow down fast enough, I doubt it. We can try. I don't know. Can I land there? I mean, there's. It looks like that's like an outline of something right there, but is that like solid ground? I guess so, right? It looks like it. If I can just put it right like here. Yeah, the headlights really need some work in this game. But hey, look at that. Grass is moving. Hooray. We're gonna take off and sort of just back out. Whee. Oh, you didn't like that. Let's switch up the weather a little bit, just a little bit. Turn on some lights too. It's a little dark. And we'll do rain. Just to see. Now the weather definitely still gives a pretty significant performance hit, depending on how many clouds and stuff you got going. But it's not too bad. It's still pretty smooth. Yeah, it's pretty good. Although you don't really get too much like rain on the windscreen. You get a little bit, but it's not. Yeah, like you can see a little bit on it, depending on how you're looking at it, what angle. But it's not worth it, I don't think. Right now, anyway. So let's just go to let's just go few clouds. There we go. They definitely added something to the water, I think, in the beta. Like, the water doesn't look as flat and lifeless as it used to when there's no wind or very little wind. It looks a little bit better, I guess. November 34143. But for some reason I don't have my number there. It's weird. Man, I wish I did have a helicopter when I lived in San Francisco. Fucking traffic sucked. This would have been so much easier. If you can, you know, land somewhere. Especially if you needed to go across the bay. There was always a bunch of traffic, except later on in the evening, but during the day it was just almost impossible sometimes. Yeah, these reflections in the water are just so wonky. I think it's a DLSS thing. It feels like it is, you know? Yeah, so much better city performance in 2024. You know, honestly, everything performance-wise is generally better in 2024. I don't know. Um, yeah, like I haven't I can't complain about the performance. There was an issue with the mock loop a little while ago, or since release, but it seems they fixed it in the new beta, because I flew around it in a F-35 the other day, and it was absolutely fine and smooth. All right, here's City Hall, and I used to work right in the Civic Center. Lower Restaurant. Used to work at a bunch of places in San Francisco, but the longest run I've had by far was at this little restaurant. Strange group of people. I'll leave it at that. But, you know, I did meet some really cool people, and I think maybe lifelong friends, but you know, we don't talk that much anymore, but, you know, not for any other reason than I moved. There's the mall, which is basically a whole bunch of wasted space now, except for the movie theater. Westfield Mall. And then there's another movie theater over here, or over there, rather. Yeah, that's in the, like, Bloomingdale's or Macy's or whatever this thing is. It's another shopping whatnot. Yeah, the Metreon. Yeah, there's a movie theater in there. Mm-hmm. Keep it down now. I liked being in a pool league. I used to play pool uh, in a league in San Francisco, and it made me go out into different neighborhoods. So I wasn't from there, so you know, for a little while, I really had no idea where anything was. You know, so joining that league kind of gave me a little better map of the area, you know? So I had to force me to go to different neighborhoods and bars, meet some people, and there are also a bunch of crazy motherfuckers out here, that's for sure. But, yeah. Whatever that is. Alright, now what? Where do we go? Where do we go? Let's, North Bay? Yeah, let's just go back to the North Bay and maybe land in Napa or something. Hey, Diver Chuck, he's gotten closer. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see the video because the video, whenever I do a recording or a stream, it's never as smooth as as what's going on in the headset. Couple of reasons for that. No motion smoothing in the mirror, and also, you know, it also picks up all the little head movements because of that, which makes it seem a little jitterier than it is, because it's not at all. It's super smooth right now. I'm getting my full simulated 90 frames a second in the headset. Alright, now we're off to the North Bay and wine country. Let's go. What are we at? Around 1,200 feet. and just around 95 knots, and climbing. Alcatraz, dead ahead, which is 100% photogrammetry now, where it used to be a little bit of handcraftedness over there. There was a handcrafted water tower and light tower, but there he is. What's up, Chuck? Is he gonna actually have somebody skydive out of there? Yeah, so yeah, that water tower right there used to be handcrafted, and now it's photogrammetry, which I don't know the reasoning for that. It's not like, I mean, I wasn't having any performance issues around there, so whatever. It's no huge big deal. The Golden Gate Bridge. Marin County is right after that as the following county once you get past the bridge. Dated a couple of girls out in Marin. One of them was super fun, and the other one was super fun, but then turned into super crazy really fast. And almost every time, too. Like, every time I started to have a good time, she would start getting nuts. So that didn't last long. Wow, that looks great. Just the lighting and the shadows and... I'm hungry like the wolf. Yeah, hopefully I'm not streaming music right now. That would basically render this stream like just defunct. But whatever. If it is, I'm pretty sure I'm not. I'm pretty sure it's just going on in my headset. But yeah, everything seems to be working without the overclock. The overclock was giving me, I think that's what it was. I didn't want to believe the DXGI overclock and overheating, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, wow, man, that looks so good. But yeah, as soon as I turned off the overclock, everything's stable. Like, I was literally getting a crash within like 5-10 minutes into my flight. And now I'm running a bunch of stuff in the background, plus the sim in VR, and it's just fucking chilling. Just let me, I want to see something real quick here. Do what they say what they mean. One thing leads to another. Testing, yo. Yep, chat's working. Just nobody's saying hello. There's only been like 4 people who've seen this stream so far, it looks like, so whatever. So yeah, that's the one thing I'm taking away from the last couple of days worth of testing and the beta and all that it is very sensitive to the overclock. And 2020 I needed it and it definitely helped, but in 2024 I'm not getting much of a difference in performance, so there's no reason I shouldn't have it off because it's running fine without it. But 2020 needed all the help you can get, you know? Just, it seems a little bit more optimized, you know, believe it or not, this sim. Alright, so that structure right there, that circular sort of building, is actually a prison. Right on the top, right there. I don't know. It's a pretty famous prison too, but I forget what it's called off the top of my head. But it does not look like that in real life, that's for sure. And I'm not even entirely sure it's a circle, but I think it is. I think it's a circular building. Oh, now my chat is blocking it, but yep. Oh man, the colors look good. Everything's looking really good right now. And the ground textures seem pretty alright for 2,000 feet up. They don't look too bad. They usually look a little muddy sometimes, depending on, you know, how good their servers are pushing out that info to you. But like in the middle of the night, they're nice and sharp. And then during the day when there's a lot of people in the server, it's like, it gets a little weird. But I also have a mod that kind of fixes the water levels, so there's a lot more stuff that you can see, especially when around the coast, and it fixes a lot of the coastal areas. So I appreciate that mod, and it works perfectly well in 2024. I got it initially for 2020, but a lot of the mods I have actually work pretty well in 2024. A lot of the sceneries, a lot of my aircraft, and like shit like that, you know, the water fix and yeah, this is a good sightseeing helicopter. Just it's not real fast, but you know, it's not super slow either. Like you can get some speed out of it. You can go over 100 knots pretty comfortably. Like now I'm hitting about 100% engine torque, and we'll trim it out. Make sure. Yeah, we're over 2,000 feet. About 2,200 feet now. Yeah, and I'm going about 110 knots. Yeah, but these big windows are great for sightseeing. Let's get over some land. Getting a slight little jitter, but I think it's just because of that airport right there. Which is weird because, and it's tiny, tiny, tiny. It's not like the stutters we used to get on approach on final. Like, it's so much more muted now. Like, if you do get like any kind of weirdness frame rate wise, it's a lot better. But honestly, I'm not going to complain about this flight. It's been pretty perfect. I haven't had any real issues except for being incredibly hot right now. Let me take off my sweater. Hold on one sec. I'm going to just do an active pause so I don't crash. All right. That's so much better. So we're in Sonoma right now, Sonoma County, I believe. Pretty sure. There is the Sonoma Raceway right around here. It's actually over there. We'll do a little flyby over it, and then lander probably at Napa Airport. It is beautiful over here. Like, wine country is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, we're going about 120 knots right now. And we're at 100% engine torque. But that's because I think we were in a dive a second ago a little bit. We were descending. So we gained a little speed. Now we're dropping back down about 110. Yeah, that's the raceway over there. Let's descend. Just to be alone. Don't you invade my home. I'll only run and hide. Yeah, we're pretty high up. We're still at like 1,300 feet. Dropping fast. Well, not so fast anymore, but we were dropping pretty fast a second ago. So that's a little go-kart track. And this is the main track, Sonoma Raceway, that I've driven quite a few times in a bunch of different games. Sonoma Raceway. And there is a couple of helipads that you can land at. We'll do a quick little landing at one of them. I think it's like right here. Or right here. Or I passed it. I think I passed it. Yeah. Okay, okay, relax. There it is. Or is... Wait, what? Thought it was like right here. Somewhere. Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Boom. Just, I presume, for injured drivers that need to be medevaced. Not the smoothest of landings, but whatever. We're good. And then there's another helipad right here on the go-kart track. It's like... That was so sloppy and fucking loose. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's fly a little low. We don't have to fly that high. Even though there are power lines right here. Let's see if we can not get caught up in them. La 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 la. Oh, I would have died right there. I don't have fauna on, but there would probably be some animals around here for sure if I had it on, but it's kind of a frame rate sucker when they, you know, they load in, they can kill your frame rate. So, like I said, I'm all about consistency, consistent frames. Yo, what up, man? The House of Belthorion. Que pasa, brother? I'm having a good time with the beta. Everything's great. So far. For me, anyway. Catchy OS Linux distro. Oh, right on. Look how good this looks. This looks great. And it's running real well too. Although with the OpenXR mod, it kind of stretches out the mirror a little bit, so it might look a little weird on the video, but in the headset everything is perfect. I'm actually testing No Overclock and running music in the background while streaming and also having open kneeboard up. And everything's been working fine. I've been flying around for about an hour now, maybe 40 minutes. And then I did about an hour's worth of flying right before that. So yeah, it's been running really well. Just as long as I don't overclock my my GPU, I don't get any crashes, it seems. Which is something I should have done a long time ago, is like kill the overclock. But I always, 2020 always did really well with the overclock, and it helped it. But 2024 is, you know, it doesn't feel like it needs it, and it's a lot more stable without it. And this is a new livery that came with the beta. I didn't have this livery before. There's a couple new ones. Yeah, yeah, I know Knobster. Yeah, it's a little expensive for what it is, though. You know, like I don't need to spend like whatever it is, $100 just for a fucking knob. You know, like it's fine. I mean, sure, but I don't really use the avionics. I mean, this thing is too small to actually be useful for me. Once the FBs work, it'll be a lot better for me because I'll just use that. Because in a helicopter, I don't really need a flight plan. You know what I mean? Okay, two dials and a button. but but when I'm flying helicopters, I don't really need a flight plan. You know, they're usually pretty short hops from one city to another city or flying around one city. You know, like I'm not really like I just need a compass is all I really need. You know. But when I'm flying in a fixed wing, that's when, yeah, I'll use some avionics for sure. I'm actually like in the middle of my conceptualization of a flight rig slash racing rig. So once I have that built and have all my, you know, controllers and everything all bolted onto that thing, I might consider something like Knobster. Maybe. But for now, I don't need it. I think it's a little, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm sure it's. I'm sure if I used it though, if I used it once, I would love it and be like, yeah, it's cool. Oh, okay, cool, cool. I'm on Discord if you want to just join the Discord. Dude, you keep changing your name. Sometimes it's the House of Belthorian, sometimes it's just Belthorian, sometimes it's Old Man Gaming. What's going on? Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, oh. I'm listening to my 80s Amazon music right now. The good old days. Women at almost. Will you call my name? Yeah, I want to get a wheel stand or a rig where I can have my steering wheel set up as well as my flight stick and throttle and pedals. But the problem is my pedals, you know, I have rudder pedals and I have, you know, the racing pedals. So I would have to switch those in and out, which could be a pain in the butt. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. I'm pretty sure a quick Google search will help you out there, bruh. You know what I mean? It's probably pretty simple. Yeah, yeah. See, that's the problem. I use my racing wheel and pedals a lot as well. I mean, I would imagine, I think I race and fly a fairly equal amount. So I would have to swap out, quite a bit, and it could be a pain, especially, when you bolt them in. You have to bolt them in just for the stability, and that's the whole point of it. But I don't know. I might have to come up with a, or maybe I can bolt it to two separate plates and then swap the plates out if I need to, and that'll be a lot easier than having to bolt on and unbolt every time. But I have to do a little research on the most efficient way to do that if I can. It'll be in a little while anyway. I'm not, I've got like so many other things right now that I need to do before I start working on the rig again. But for right now, it's not a huge big deal. I mean, I have my joystick, my flight stick, my rudder, and my throttle. My throttle and my flight stick are mounted to my desk. I have hard mounts for those, so it's fine. And then my steering wheel I can attach, and it only takes a couple of minutes just to attach to the desk, and I just slide my chair over, and I'm in the racing side of my desk. So it's not really a huge big deal. If I want to switch between racing and flying, it only takes like 2 minutes. But I want like kind of a stand that will have everything attached to it. But that's the only problem are the rudder pedals and the racing pedals. But, whatever. Like I don't need it. It's really the setup I have right now is actually very comfortable and easy to swap out if I want to start racing, but you know, you're never one will never be happy. There's always something. There's always a way you think you can make something better. It's very industrial right around here. Been having a really, really good flight. It's been performing great. Hold on a second, I gotta turn the music back on. All right. You getting any better at flying helicopters, man? That's what you should do. Practice helicopter flying. Yeah, ever since I've installed DLSS 4, I can see these power lines a lot further away. I think I'll land on top of that mountain over there and call it, take a break for dinner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty much convinced at this point that my overclock was the root of all my problems. Not that I had very many problems, but I was crashing a lot. And I think killing the overclock altogether, even though my the overclock that I was using for Flight Sim was not very aggressive at all. It was just like a memory overclock and a little bit of the clock cycles I increased. But, when I turn it off completely, it's so much more stable, it seems. I mean, judging by my flights today, I had two crashes early today, and then I was like, killed my overclock, and I haven't crashed since. So, there's that. And the sim does warn you. It's like, it doesn't really like overclocks. Every time I got that crash, it would tell me that maybe you're overclocking or maybe it's overheating, and I just never believed it. Because I'm stubborn. But it's performing great now and it's stable. I mean, you know, knock on wood. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing it, but yeah, it's been running really well with no overclock. It's a wind farm down there. It's like tons and tons of windmills. Ooh, look at that. That's kind of crazy looking quarry over there. Cruel summer. Oh, now the mountain's getting weird. Alright, there you go. Now it's starting to load up. Why is that house just levitating? I wonder if I can fly right underneath that house. Oh, but the ground is going to materialize as soon as I get here. Okay. There it is. Never mind then. Back to plan 1 and landing on top of this mountain. Cool summer, leaving me here on my own. Cruel summer. I don't know if you're still there, but they fixed the mock loop as well. The mock loop would stutter at a couple of, like, 2 specific areas of the mock loop would be all stuttery for no reason whatsoever. And then after the beta, this particular beta came out, I went over there with a F-35 and went a P-51, and it was most definitely fixed. Thank God. Because there was absolutely no reason it should have been stuttery right there. It's just, you know, some hills and grass and some fucking trees. It's not like it was like a highly populated area with a bunch of fucking photogrammetry and shit. But LA still performs like ass for some reason. But London performs really well. New York, perfectly fine. No problems. But LA, for some reason, is weird. And I can't even explain the weirdness about it. It's just not ideal for flying around in the middle of LA anymore. It used to be fine. Oh, look at this. There's a clearing and everything. Yeah, I can land right there. Perfecto. All right. See, these are low trees, dude. Low trees. And they're absolutely fine. I don't need the trees to look any better than this. But the performance gain you get with low trees as opposed to ultra or high is significant. The trees look absolutely fine to me. Maybe I should turn off my helicopter. Do it. We'll sim it up right now. Alright, I gotta eat something. I'm starving. I'm just like, let me explore around here a little bit. What's going on over here? Just some random mountain in Northern California. Alright, I'm out of here. Is this any of this screenshot worthy? Maybe. Maybe I'll just take this. I just hate this, you know, toggle EFB fucking label that's right there that I can't get rid of. Oh, well, whatever. Alright, man, I'm out of here. I'll check you out later. Thanks for watching.